Hey, what's up? It's Detroit PE, and I'm going to show you today how to make a super easy virtual game for your students or for anyone with Canva. So if you take a look at my YouTube page, it is Detroit PE. You can go ahead and subscribe to that if you'd like. I have over 150 virtual games that I make for all my kids and other people as well. So what we're going to be creating today is a virtual freeze tag game, just like the ones you're seeing right here. So we are going to start in Canva. So if you go over to Create Design, you have plenty of options right here. I always like to do YouTube video or presentation or just any type of video. I always like to make sure it's 1920 by 1080. So I already have it pulled up. Here we go. We're going to get started. First thing you want to do is make a title for your presentation. So we're going to go over to text, and there is text that you can select as like your brand. But then there's also options that they've built in for you. So we're going to just go ahead and use Glow because I really like the look of that. And we're going to title our presentation Virtual Freeze Tag. Now, obviously, I want this to be way smaller. So we're going to go 200. There we go. Got a title. Now, we can either leave this background white. You can go up here. You can change it. Already got my tag in there. But I actually want to add a picture to the back. So we're going to go to photos, and I've already got it pulled up. I always love to put colorful in the search bar right here, and because it's just bright and fun and the kids really like it, and you can just pick anything that draws your eye. So for this game specifically, we're going to click on this picture, click on it, and it'll pop right into your presentation. Well, instead of going like this and making it fit, you can simply right click, set images background, and there you have it. I always put my tag anywhere on my games just so in case people want to know more from me or they want more information, they can go to my website. And obviously you can put whatever you'd like on yours. If you have a website or a YouTube, just put your tag in there. So then now my text right here looks great, but I'm going to go to effects, and this is a neon style that they've already set up for you, but I'm going to actually intensify it a little bit more so it pulls some of that white out. Or you can make it more pink. But I like this look a little bit better, and it still has that glow in the background. If you want to add pictures or elements or anything like moving animation, you can put it on your front slide. You go to elements right here. So since it's a freeze tag game, we're just going to grab these two people who are playing tag, and we're going to put them right up in this corner. And I don't think that looks the best, but I would spend, forever just making sure all of my elements, all my wording, all my font, make it look really, really good. So we're just going to leave that there just so you can see what it looks like. And we're going to move on. So down here, I'm going to click Add Page, and I have a nice blank canvas. So now we're going to go back up to text. And in every game, your kids, your people, they need to know how to play your game. So that's what we're going to do here. How to play. I'm going to set this up at the top, and then I'm going to grab the text here, plays for 20 seconds, then is if you have been virtually tagged. Now, I don't think that's the best wording, but for time's sake, we're just going to go with it. Make that smaller. And then these purple lines are super cool because it shows you exactly where the center is, which I love. And then obviously you can play around there. So now we want to make this look a little bit prettier. So we're going to actually change the background color. If you go to colors and if you have a picture in your presentation anywhere, it'll pull your colors from that photo, which is really cool because it'll make it so visually appealing to the eye. And it just gives your game that much more. It just brings out, a little bit more into your game. So go ahead and change it to whatever color you want. We're going to do this pretty purple. And then I always like to make my text look nice. We'll do white. And then you can also go back down here to your photo colors, and you can pull right from that front color, even though you've already got your background set to some other color, some variation of your photo. Let's see what we got here. But I think that looks very plain, but hey, we can always add more later. Then after your how to play, if you ever have seen any Detroit PE games, you know they all say get ready or are you ready? So we're definitely going to add that. So I'm going to get rid of that text. I'm going to go here and put you, all capital, ready, down, bigger. And I'm going to highlight both of them, right click, group them together. Now I can make them bigger or smaller at the same time, and I can move them at the same time. So now I actually do want to change the bottom text. So I'm just going to highlight it, head up here. And where is it? I like this one. Ready. Specifically, a little bit bigger. So we're going to highlight it. There. Good, I think. Change some colors. You can make a theme, or you could honestly just change all the colors. Kind of different. All right, and if you want to spruce this page up a little bit, elements, again, there's so many different things you can do with Canva. And for me, I'm not very creative. So Canva, they give me all this inspiration. You can go to templates up here. I wouldn't for a game because it'll completely change it. But you could start off with a template, a pre-built one, and make it your own. But we're actually going to go to elements. And then in my recently used, I have just created a virtual freeze tag game, and I really liked this here. You're probably wondering, well, what are you going to do with that? How is that going to look good on your slide? Actually, I'm going to make it bigger, and it shows me where the center of the page is. Great, okay. I'm going to make it bigger. I promise it does show the middle thing there. Okay, and then I'm going to copy, paste, and I'm going to match it up over here. Then highlight them both, put them together, and now right click and send them to the back. So now that is my background. And obviously it doesn't look that great with the white. So we can just go ahead and change that to something that will be pretty bold. So that doesn't look the greatest in my opinion, but hey, whatever. You got the gist. Okay, so now we got to start our game. So on this page here, I'm actually going to right click, copy my background, and I'm going to pull it right here. So now we want our kids to run in place for 20 seconds because that's in our directions here. So back to text, and I'm going to do in for seconds. Make it fun. Really like place for a second. And now you kind of want your students to be seeing someone running in place, right? So we're going to go down to Giphy right here. You can also find it if you go to more. There's a bunch of different apps that you can put into your slideshow. You can put YouTube videos, emojis, whatever. We're going here and we're going to put running. So now you can just have videos of someone running that your kids can see and want to run with them. So I like to always do like a cartoon. And in this case, we'll do Mario because I love Mario. So this one's actually in one of my videos. We're going to put him right here. That doesn't look that great with my background, but like I said, we can always change it. Do a simple, I don't know, let's do a blue. And then you can change this up however you want. Run in place for 20 seconds. Now, I always put my voiceovers on all of my games, and I will time them out for 20 seconds. So the slide will play for 20 seconds. If you aren't putting your voice on any of these slides, you need to make sure you are changing your timers out up here. So we'll do 20 seconds, and then you can also animate it. We're going to have that pan in, And that looks like this. Same goes for these. I always make my front slides 8 minutes. Detroit PE fashion. The first pages are always black. Second page, you want to make sure your people have enough time to read your writing. So let's do 15 seconds. Animation, we'll have that tumble in. Are you ready? Always 5 seconds or less, and I make that one pop. And then there we go. So now onto your next slide. What are your people going to be doing? Well, you just told them that after 20 seconds of running in place, they have to freeze if they've been virtually tagged. So we're going to go back over here, find a font. If you are wearing blue, freeze. And then, since you want them to freeze if they're wearing blue, let's just make the font blue. You can come up here and change the color, make it a little bit brighter if you want. If you're wearing blue, freeze. Well, what are they going to do? Just freeze in general, or do you want them to do a specific movement? That's up to you. But what I usually do is I put one of these guys in my slideshow. Oh, it's not going to load great. So anyways, it says up here you can search by outfit, color, pose, etc. If you're wearing blue, find someone who's wearing blue and put them into your show. Okay, so now your kids have to pose just like that if they're wearing blue. I always try to make this super fun, and I love arrows. So arrow up in my elements, and then let's grab this guy here. I'm actually going to flip him. Turn him. And let's make him blue. Might as well, right? And then you can also group these together. Now you can move them around at the same time. If you're wearing blue, freeze. And then I always like to put a little bit at the bottom. If you are not wearing blue, you're safe. Block it out. Fill the next round. And then, of course, we'll make that smaller, play around with it a little bit. Okay. So there's your slide. I don't know. That's not that pretty to me. I can definitely do a much better job. But this is just like the bones and the content. Let's just get it on there and then we'll play with it later. So now your round 1 is done. So you have an are you ready? You're running in place, and then you're frozen. So now what you can do to save yourself a ton of time, and I didn't figure this out until I got, I don't know, a couple months in. Hey, grab this one, grab all 3, right click, duplicate them. Now I don't have to make another are you ready page. It's there for me. I don't have to make another run in place. I can always go ahead and change this to make it kind of more fun. So we'll do running. And now let's put this guy in here. So now the kids are going to see a what is this guy? A Power Ranger. Okay, great. I don't want this to say the same thing, so now I'm going to change it. Real easy. You are wearing red. And then let's go ahead and change the color to red. We'll change the arrow to red. Bam. Now we can go find the person that's wearing red. Another thing that I love to do is I like to go to photos. And so you can see here my recently used, this little girl. She is doing a back bend. So now if you want your kids to freeze, if they're wearing red, they have to freeze by doing this back bend, which is kind of cool. And then again, take these, duplicate, come over here. If you have a dog, and you can also put a picture of a dog. Go to element so the kids can see them, and you can make it super cute too. Like you put him send to back. Doesn't look that great, but this. You have a dog free. So he's kind of behind the wording. And let's change the color. There. Guys. or you can always change it. And then it'll also center it. See where that purple line is? It's centering that arrow to my words and my dog. Pretty even. And then let's get a different picture. We want them to do something else. So, girl sitting in yoga pose. Look at all these pictures. So now, if you have a dog, you want your kids to do a forward bend. And again, that's the center of the page, or the middle, I guess. And then you can grab them all of your elements, and really center it like that. Okay, and then obviously you'd want to change down here. I know I didn't on my last slide. If you do not have to eliminate that, to have to change something every time, you can say something like, if you did not get tagged, you're safe. So that way you don't have to change your wording every single slide. It's always the same. If you did not get tagged, you're safe. And I can just copy this, go back, and put it right into my presentation. Oops. See how easy that was? And then you repeat this process over and over and over until you've got a full game. We'll go ahead and change this guy. Her. Oh. And in place for 20 seconds. Now remember, if you're not putting a voiceover, make sure this says 20 right here. And then we actually have to go back, because these people are freezing for, let's see, what did we say? Freeze or do another 20 seconds. So they run for 20, and now you're going to freeze for 20 seconds. Run for 20, freeze for 20. Run for 20, freeze for 20. And bam. And so then I always like to do a workout complete. And so I'm not going to write that in here, but you get the gist. And then I always close it with, thanks for playing. And then I always put Detroit PE in here, and I make it nice. And you can put your name, you can put your school's name. Bigger, make it. And then I always do, don't forget to subscribe. But this is obviously tailored to you and your students. So if you don't have a YouTube channel, obviously don't put that. But again, you can pull that picture. Perfect. And then make it nice. Make it look really nice. Okay, when it comes to music or sound effects, this right here, I already have the music in here, but you would go to audio, and then I have in happy right here. And this is the second one. I really like the song, so I pulled it. You can basically type in anything you want. One of my favorites is club. And it's not like we're going to the club, but it really has a good beat. And my students love the beat of it. And I do. And it makes you want to just dance and move. So not only are they playing this game, but they're also dancing on top of it too. So they're getting some extra movement in. If you don't want something like that, you could do children. And then there's all these other things that it's going to pull up for you. Happy kids, lullaby, children's tune, baby, win, happy hero. And then you can sample them by clicking on this arrow. And if you like it, click on it and it puts it right into your presentation. Now, if you want to put your voiceover on it, I would not suggest keeping it at full volume. Come over here, because this is where your music is. And I always do mine anywhere between 60 and 75. And so it brings the volume of the music down so that way you can hear the voiceover a lot better. That's pretty much it for all this. I mean, there's a billion other things you could do with Canva, but we're going to leave it simple for now. Make sure you have a name up here for what you know, how to organize your stuff. And then if you want to download it, click on this arrow here. You're not downloading it as a PDF unless that's your goal, but you want to do MP4 video. Once you click on this, mine, I pay for my Canva, so I actually have a lot more. If you don't pay for Canva, you won't have as many features. That's just something you have to either work around or decide to upgrade to. But so I can connect to my YouTube channel right here. But anyways, you're going to download it, and then within however long it's going to take, your game is ready to go. And then you can upload it right to YouTube, or you can send it off to your students. And that's it. That is Canva. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions, please comment below. If not, I hope you make these, and I hope they're really fun for you. They're super fun for me to make. So good luck. Good job if you've already been doing it, and share it with a friend so they can start creating their own stuff too. Thanks, guys.